Hey there, sleepy friends. Welcome to another Fall Asleep with Teddy video. Tonight we're sinking into some super chill, incremental gameplay, nice and slow, steady progress, and zero pressure. In tonight's game, we are playing Orbitmine. Our goal is to mine a planet while picking up some nice incremental upgrades along the way. So get cozy under the covers, let your eyes get heavy, and allow yourself to drift off to some soft music while Teddy keeps you company. Thank you for tuning in for your dose of sleepy vibes and sweet dreams. Let's get into the gameplay. Alright, now I have played this game in the past. However, I don't feel like I did it much justice when I played it. There were some audio issues that were ruining the experience, so I want to make sure that I come back, circle around, and do this game justice. The further we move our cursor away from the ship, the faster it goes, the closer it is, the slower it goes. Our goal is to mine this planet down to the core. There's multiple cores that we can destroy on the way, and they're kind of like a different meta currency. We want to do this without crashing into the planet or running out of fuel. If we run out of fuel, we lose our cargo, and we don't want to do that. Alright, so we can either increase our fire rate or we can increase our laser power. At this moment, we don't have the currency to do either, so let's go down to the planet and start mining it once again. Now, I do want to let you know, if you are enjoying this content, please feel free to like the video. It lets me know truly that you do like this type of content. I know I do. It's something I actually use to fall asleep while watching content creators create videos like this, and I wanted to bring that to you as well. So if you're enjoying it, make sure to like it down below. And if there's any games that are very chill and relaxing like this game, please feel free to let me know down below as well. I am reading all comments, so if you have any idea of a game you'd like to see that would fit this genre, please let me know down below. And while you're there, if you are enjoying this content, consider becoming a part of the Teddy Tickles crew. I do release regular content, and I do my best to make sure it's something that y'all will enjoy. So feel free to become a part of the team. We'd love to have you. Alright, so a couple things here. As you can see, this is our end screen. We have different sections of this planet. We have spring, summer, autumn, and winter. As we work around, we'll work around in a clockwise fashion and then destroy the core here in the middle. We broke 15 blocks and we have a total currency of 58. Let's see if I can upgrade again. I would assume at this point damage is going to be more important. I want to make sure that I'm one-shotting these blocks here. And the second damage upgrade should get me there. And as you can see down below, we have filled up our capacity. And we're only using half of a fuel tank so far, so we're doing pretty good with management. Let's increase our fire rate, that way we can mine faster. And we'll start working a little bit further into the core to reach the next layer here. Or at least until we're not one-shotting blocks anymore. There we go, we have a full capacity with 16 left on our fuel gauge. I can increase my fire rate once again. I'll go ahead and do that. It'll allow me to mine a little bit faster here. There we go, we're speeding up a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and increase my storage or my cargo capacity at this moment. We are getting back to our ship with plenty of fuel. I want to make sure that I'm collecting as much as I can down on the planet and utilizing that fuel gauge to the best of our abilities. I'm going to keep pushing a little bit further down until we are no longer one-shotting these blocks. I want to increase my fire rate at this moment. I know I want to increase the capacity definitely, but the fire rate just makes it a little bit more enjoyable here. Wow, we're one-shotting quite deeply into this planet. I'm surprised. Let's go ahead and increase. Actually, we'll go for a combo counter. Combo on kills, 2% resource per stack. That sounds like that would be pretty nice to have. Let's go with that. Alright, we got a 10 combo and we are no longer one-shotting blocks. Now these blocks down below, they are actually worth more than the blocks up above, hence being a little bit tougher. So on our cargo on the left-hand side, we had 24 of 25. That's not, it doesn't matter what the value is that you pick up, it matters how many things you pick up. So the deeper we mine, the more value our actual cargo becomes. So I'm going to increase that once again and get back to mining here. So we aren't one-shotting this anymore, but I want to continue going down since we have a faster fire rate. We'll collect some of these, but really it's just to get a little bit further into the planet here is really my main intention. Because with this upgrade, I'm probably going to flip back and do a damage upgrade if I can afford it. Oh, we made it with 1 second to spare. Let's see, can we afford that attack upgrade? We sure can. Let's purchase that. And we'll increase our move speed by 60. That did unlock a mini map and another upgrade we can check here in just a moment. I just want to kind of get down here and start grinding down deeper. Alright, so we are no longer two-shotting these blocks. We're back to one-shotting them, and they are the more valuable blocks. So let's continue pushing further into the planet here. Alright, yes, it was critical hit was the other one, but we also have a splash laser, 30% damage to adjacent blocks, 1 laser hit, or on laser hit. I don't really need that all that much, it's not too important. I can unlock the mini map, you'll see here the core legend. We have cores that are red on the outside of the planet, we destroy those and there's a gray cores on the more towards the inside of the planet. We have to destroy the active cores to unlock the locked cores. And then obviously blue will be cores that have been destroyed. As of right now, I'm going to increase my resource gain by 2. Actually, I'm going to do it by another 50. I want to start stacking my resources and I will increase my thruster boost so we can move faster. And we'll push further down in towards the center of the core here. You can see a little pulsing green orb down below. That is going to be our core, and it does have this circumference right here, as you can see. So what happens if you don't destroy the core on that run? Anything that you destroyed inside that circumference will regenerate. And it's pretty nice here. You can see the red core right here on the pie chart, the mini map. And you can also see progress of how deep we've mined into the planet. I love those little details that are included. Let's get the multi-laser, hit 2 blocks at once. I can upgrade my fuel. I'll go ahead and upgrade that right now too. Actually, I'll upgrade it twice. Okay, we are shooting 2 lasers, which is pretty nice. the game starts to become pretty satisfying around here, and it does slowly start building quicker so you can mine. I can upgrade my cargo. Let's do splash since we have the ability to do it. We'll upgrade our cargo and we'll start working our way into the next little area here, starting with electric block chance. Let's see how close we can get to the core here. Alright, we got pretty close to the core. I just ran out of capacity, so I'm going to run back for a quick upgrade and see what we can get. We'll get critical hit, 20% chance for damage times 3. We'll max out that fuel and we'll start working on the next section of the upgrade list here. Starting with electric block unlock at 500 currency. Alright, so I am full on capacity, but I'm just going to keep pushing down here to this core. As you can see, we are now hitting it. I think we can get it destroyed, however, we were running low on fuel, so I wanted to make it back up to the top. We'll get the electric block unlocks here, which will give us a cargo expand, as well as a drone. Deploy one drone, fixed damage is 8. I want to get that. I wouldn't mind having a little buddy by my side. Alright, on this run, let's see if we can make it down to the core. I think we can, and I think we can destroy it on this run, so let's try. There we are at the core. Core destroyed. Fantastic. Cargo full. Let's get back to the top here. Alright, we destroyed the core and managed to come back with full capacity. That's a fantastic run if you ask me. We'll expand our storage here since that's the only thing that we can purchase. Now you see these little electric blocks. When we do hit them, they destroy all the blocks surrounding them. Allows you to chunk into the planet pretty darn good. There we go. Now we're starting to get pretty low on fuel. It's not that we're not getting through things quick enough. It's just that things are getting further away. We can increase our laser damage at this point, or a combo enhance 2% resource per stack, but I want to get this drone here. Alright, and we'll just stay close to these top layers just so we can collect all the inventory. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we can increase our damage here. $1.3 to increase that. It wouldn't matter too much at this point. Let's go with our damage so we can start unlocking more of this tree. And I'm gonna cut over here to the right just because it's closer to my launch zone there. Go. can increase my... I'm going to do the range expand because I think it starts to unlock a magnet, which I really want to unlock. There it is. We increase our range for our magnet, so our pickup radius, and this is our laser radius. So combination between these two is going to be pretty awesome. We'll be able to mine so much faster, and at this point this game really starts incrementally getting, I wouldn't say fast, but just quicker, and therefore more enjoyable. Okay. I can increase my gold value. I think I want that magnet really bad, but I really want to increase my gold value and start stacking resource. That will pay in dividends quickly. And we are mining through this planet pretty quickly. We're getting back with over a half tank on our fuel. So what we can do is increase our cargo capacity. I know I want this magnet, however, I would benefit so much more by cargo capacity at this time. And I might even be able to get that magnet with this run just because we will be able to pick up so much more. There we go. We did get 1.3k. I think that's enough for it. It sure is. Let's grab that magnet. That unlocked gold blocks up here. 5 times resource drop. We do want to get that because that will stack on our economy. And economy is so important in these incremental games. Let's get magnet though. We already unlocked that as much as we could. So now we won't have to hunt around for these items. We will automatically pick them up. Therefore, mine quicker and more efficiently. So at this point, I'm going to start cutting over to the left. Just a little bit here. And we'll tuck right up here up against the winter zone since that's the toughest. We'll ride this line down and we'll work this planet clockwise. Let's see if we can pick up our range again and still automatically pick up everything in that range. We can, that's amazing. Progress is accelerating pretty quickly at this point. I'm enjoying this. I won't have to lie, little games like this that you can pick up and put down whenever you want to are so very fun and stress-free, and that's the way I like to play my games. Especially these days, we'll increase our damage. They just bring us a different type of enjoyment to your day. Let me know down in the comments if you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't take a certain kind of person to enjoy these games because everybody enjoys them. It takes a certain kind of mood to enjoy them, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here on this video, and we're doing a great job at it. Alright, let's go ahead and unlock the gold blocks. They're just higher resource. Oh, it looks like that was not an unlock for the gold blocks. It was probably some sort of a multiplier for the gold blocks. Let's check. Yeah, resource plus 5. We need 1.3 to get the gold block unlock. We'll get that on this round right now. So here I'm just trying to work my way down towards this other core here. At this point, I'm finding my way back because I'm paying attention to my mini-map down below and where my load zone is. There we go, gold block unlock. We'll also get the combo enhanced 2% resource per stack. That sounds like a great way to start compounding our economy. There are the gold blocks, as you can see. I think the normal blocks are giving us 8 on that layer and the gold blocks are giving us 35, so it's quite a multiplier. We are getting to the point where we have about a quarter tank when we get back to the drop zone. It might be a good idea to start looking at investing in a fuel upgrade, which is exactly what I'm going to do. An additional 3 seconds. And we can do it again in another additional 3 seconds. So we got 6 seconds out of that total. That'll put us in a good position to start going down towards this next core. We might even be able to get it on this run here. It might be close, but we're already at the core and we have a half tank. Let's see what we can do for... We absolutely destroyed that core. Holy cow. Honestly, that surprised me. I wasn't expecting any jump scares in this game, but that surprised me. Did not see that coming. I want to increase my cargo capacity. I think that's going to be the most beneficial for us right now. So I guess at this point, what I would like to do is just kind of mine out some of these gold blocks. That should give us a pretty good value on our cargo. We need some upgrades at this point so we can start moving towards the other cores and possibly mining just that much faster. $2.2K on our capacity value here. That's pretty nice. It leaves us with a total of 2.6. I say we increase our fire rate. That just sounds like a fun upgrade. Oh yeah, we're mining good now. I'm curious, have you guys played this game? This game is actually a very fun game. I'm curious as to how much of the audience out there has actually played it or seen others play it. Let me know down below. We'll increase our resource per stack here, 2%. And might as well do laser damage. There's nothing else I can upgrade at this point. And frankly, none of the upgrades down there I really need all too bad. Beautiful. We'll increase our resource stack once again. Now it took us roughly about 16 seconds to get here. So we gotta keep that in mind because we are starting to travel quite far away from our launch pad. So we were at 22 seconds when we left the top of the planet there, and it took us... Alright, it took us about 6 seconds to get back to the launch pad, so we'll keep that in mind for future. Actually, it's not going to matter, we just increase our fuel capacity. we'll have more time. As you can see, we are quite a ways away, but we are filling up pretty quickly. Okay, so we have damage boost 1, scales with spring destruction, max damage ×2. So basically what's happening as we mine more through the spring area, we actually give ourselves a damage multiplier as per how much percentage we've gone through. And then we also have a resource multiplier as well down below. We're going to start working on those because those should increase our damage quite a bit, as well as our resource. It's really the resource we want. But once we start getting into the autumn section, we will want that damage multiplier. Oh, we can also increase our gold block value. I'm going to increase my gold block value for now. I just think we'll have better value from that currently right now with how we're progressing in the game. Now we can get the resource boost, and we can actually get drone damage +5. And then we have unlocked our charge shot, every 5th shot critical damage ×3. We'll get that here shortly. And then it looks like we're moving on to the next upgrade portion of the tree. I love how this game separates your different upgrade stages so you get a clear sense of how you're progressing instead of just working your way through a tree. It incrementally does it for you, and I think that's pretty nice. It takes a lot of the stress of deciding what to do out of it, and it just allows you to complete it instead. We'll increase some more drone damage here. That's the nice thing about this game. I don't know if it does it on purpose or it did it on accident, but it takes all the stress of playing the game out of the game and allows you to just play the game. And that is so nice. You get in a good flow state, and it's just a great way to hang out and enjoy an evening. I want to complete this area before I move forward, and we're doing a pretty good job at it right now. Alright, we are done with the next little area of upgrades. Time to move forward. Emergency return. Keep 30% resources on fuel empty. So if we do run out of fuel, at least we can keep some of our resources. Another thing is I can now do core detect, core HP visualization, pulsing, and color changes HP drops. So we'll be able to see that. We can also do emergency brake, instant stop on left click hold. I don't use that all that often, however we'll get it either way. And much like that meta currency there, like the normal upgrades, you just work your way around a circle. That's all you do. There's no choice, no worrying about backtracking, nothing like that. You incrementally upgrade. This game stays true to the name. Alright, chain lightning. On laser hit, lightning chains 3 times. We can unlock that for 8,000. Let's do a run and see if we can get that. Fantastic. Chain lightning in the bank. That unlocked drone deploy, so we can add another drone or increase our cargo. So now we're really starting to clear through this with some vigor. The game is starting to speed up just a little bit with that chain lightning, which is amazing. We're still coming back to our drop load with a lot of fuel. Roughly about 60-70% fuel there. The problem is our upgrades are starting to get expensive, so we'll save up another 800 to get our cargo upgrade, therefore make those upgrades just a little bit easier to manage. Alright. Alright, storage has been increased. We can either increase our resource gain or laser damage after this. I'm gonna go with laser damage. 15k is what we want to save up. Need about another 6k to get that upgrade. Looks like we're coming into the vicinity of a new core down here. And we left with about 16 fuel. It took us 4 fuel to get here from the deepest point that we've mined. We'll keep that in mind. And we'll increase our resource gain by 8. That is huge. I think that would be almost double what we were getting before. Let's see. Let's see if I can make our way down to this core here and see how much of a fight we put up against it. We may actually be able to destroy it just looking at the numbers here. Oh, that is a locked core. We're definitely not destroying that. So in order to get that core, we need to destroy this core over here on the right hand side. This red one you can see down here on the minimap. So it looks like that's the last core in this zone for the shallow layer before we can go down to that deeper layer. So let's go ahead and work our way towards that core. You know what? We're going to go ahead and deploy an extra little drone, a little friend by our side here. And we'll work on saving up 30k to unlock that next. Resource value upgrade. Now we got two little buddies next to us. And they definitely do put in work. They upgrade pretty well as we move forward. I'm gonna save up for 30k here. We were able to mine down to this core pretty darn quickly. I'm not going to push it any further than that, just because we're so full on cargo. I want to get paid for that run. Fire interval looks like a good one. No, I'm going to save one more and then I'll get the fire interval. The fire interval wouldn't really benefit us at this point because we're getting through everything quite quickly. I want to destroy this core. That's going to be the best thing for us. There we are. Now we can't use this core meta currency at this point just because the next one on this wheel requires 2 cores instead of 1. So we'll have to destroy the next area too, but I can get the resource efficiency upgrade. We'll do that. And then the next one is 60,000. It may be a good idea to save up for that, but let's get this last core down here. Now this is the major core for this area. As you can see, there was a health bar down below, and I don't think I killed it fast enough, so it knocked me back out. But it was not enough to withhold the second wave. Let's get back. We left with 10 seconds. This should be cutting it close, but we should get there with 3 seconds to spare. Okay. We're saving up 60,000. We have a total of 18.9, so we'll just go straight back down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work myself as far deep as I can towards the center layers. This is worth quite a bit in currency here. And I'm going to start going back because we're pretty deep. We left with 15 seconds left on the clock, or our fuel gauge. And it took us 10 seconds to get back to the top, so we have to keep that in mind to manage our fuel there. 34k, I think I needed 60k to upgrade that. Instead of worrying about getting that right now, I am now going to upgrade our cargo capacity as well as our fire interval. That'll increase, we have the ability to increase our drone fire rate as well as electric chain range. We are firing quite quickly now. start working my way back up to the top, and I'll mine this left side on my way there. There we go. We need more fuel, or we need to collect blocks quicker, one or the two. Let's go ahead and save for 60k to increase our resources here. There's not really any fuel anywhere, but we'll stay a little bit more shallow. That's going to allow us to actually fill up a little bit more and have less of a trip to make, so our fuel should go further for us. So we did fill up there, and I think we have 25.7 thousand on cargo value. That gave us 54,000. We almost have enough to get the resource efficiency upgrade again. Let's try and get that now. There we go. Alright, let's increase the resource gain by 8. And we'll increase the drone fire rate by 0.2 seconds. The nice thing about now is we are mining so quickly that we no longer need to worry about going for specific things. Now our main goal is to clear out areas of the planet. Another important thing, now that I think about it, we did get that next core done. So we do have 2 cores. Let's go ahead and increase the barrier by 1 every 30 seconds. The next one allows me to change our launch pad direction to the 3 o'clock position as if you were looking at a clock, which means it would be, if this was the planet, it would be over here, and that will allow me to go down and mine more of the planet without starting so far away. That might be something to go for here soon. Let's increase our cargo rate here. I want to be able to carry more at this point, because I'm filling up my cargo bay pretty quickly. Alright, we have 11 seconds left with full cargo, 44.3k value. We made it with 7 seconds left on fuel. We should get another drone buddy. I was going to get faster fire rate, but I can't resist having another little friend out here mining this planet with me. Alright, let's head back here. I know there was a lot of resources back there, but I wanted to make sure I got back. We have 6 seconds left on our fuel, but I wanted to make sure we got back. And I wasn't quite sure how close we were cutting in there. Gold core block resource plus 12. That's a great one to have. Chain range plus 1 tile. Scales with summer destruction. We don't have to worry about that yet. Let's increase our gold core block resource by 12. That's big. And we'll increase our fire rate interval. We'll get right back to the planet. So as you can see, we are traveling to get to the planet now. We've mined so much of this out. Which means we are running into fuel issues at this point. I cannot fix that, unfortunately. There's no upgrade for fuel right now. So I am just going to have to manage my fuel consumption and juggle getting back to our load zone here. That took us, I think we left with 15 seconds. It took us about 9 seconds to get back. So we'll just say 15 next time just to be safe. I can increase my drone fire rate. Oh, we have fuel upgrades right here for 8K. 5 seconds plus another 5 seconds. We just added 10 seconds to our fuel gauge. I did not see that there. Amazing. So we start off with 60 seconds is what it's looking like. So we have a full minute to mine this planet. And as you can see here, we have reached this blue area. That is the winter zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start mining up here. "24 seconds is when we left. So it took us up into 15. Took us 9 seconds to get back. Let's remember that. We'll increase our gold block ore value once again. So in order to get here, it took us 13 seconds. So we'll make sure we leave with 15-ish seconds left. So we left with 22 seconds. We should get there with about 7 seconds left to spare. No, we got there with 12 seconds left to spare. Wow. We are running efficiently, it seems like. We'll increase our fuel once again. That's going to be critical to get further and further into the planet. As you can see, we are doing a great job now clearing out this planet. Our little setup that we have with our 3 drones and multi-lasers is really starting to dig into this spring area, which is exactly what we want. Alright, let's start heading back up. Come into our loading zone with 48.6K. So we'll increase our lightning chain at this point because it is pretty devastating for us. Oh, we also got a resource magnet unlock. 80K, we need to save up for that right now. That should auto grab everything that we're destroying. If you can see that little silhouette, I'm sorry, not silhouette, but sphere that encircles us, that's our pickup radius range. As you go further and further into this game, you don't have to worry about picking up things too much. The ship will automatically pick it up because you have such a large range. If I can recall that correctly. Going back with 53.7k. I wanted to make sure I had 80,000 and I only have 69,000. Great number, by the way. But unfortunately, it means we're gonna have to come back to the planet to mine one more time so we can get that magnet upgrade. Alright, coming back to the ship with 58.6 thousand. That should put us at that 80,000 to pick up our resource magnet range increase. Sure does. So this says resource magnet, instant resource collect, no pickup needed. But it doesn't tell me how much it's extending our range to. Let's just get it. And we unlocked a barrier as well as drone laser piercing 2 blocks. Now this should fill our capacity quite quickly. Now we'll just start heading up over here on the left-hand side. There we go. Heading back to ship with 60.5k in our cargo bay. Leaves us with a total of 108.1 thousand. Let's increase our range since we just increased our magnet range. Overheat gauge. That is going to be our next mechanic of the summer area. Is when we get close to the cores. The core's temperature heats up. And that can hurt us. So we need to increase our heat resistance to fight that area effectively. Going back to the ship at this moment with 60.9k. What is that going to get us for an upgrade? Let's go ahead and increase our lightning chain. Just reach our damage out a little bit and see what we can do with that. I'm going to come over here and start working on this left side now. This is taking us quite the amount of time to get back up to our loading zone. But we should be pretty close to the center core. at which point we will start moving around clockwise through the planet. Let's increase our chain range by 1 tile, and we'll increase our drone fire rate by 0.2 seconds. So we started with 60 seconds. Let's see how long it takes us to get down to the center of the core here. Took us a whole 20 seconds to get here. It looks like that is the center though, right there. You can see the purple. So we'll work our way over here clockwise. Sorry, counterclockwise, and we'll start cleaning up this left side. Oops, our cargo is full. We're sitting at 62.8 thousand. That's going to leave us with a... Let's go with... That's all summer destruction. Let's increase our laser damage 3 times. That actually should allow us to mine a little bit faster, although we're mining pretty quickly already. As you can see, we're auto picking up almost everything that we destroy, which is amazing. And we've already filled our cargo. Look at that. Just coming down to the core, we filled our cargo. The reason why I'm hitting the right hand side on my way down is just because I'm not wasting any time doing that. It's less time idle and more time actually farming cargo and currency. We have a total of 88,000. Let's increase our damage 1 more time. That's the only thing I can upgrade. And I will just shoot down to the left hand side this time instead of going along the right hand side, and we'll start clearing out these areas. As you can see, our little ship has become quite efficient at mining this spring area. So as I said before, very, very good incremental gameplay. They did something right with this game. I do appreciate how it operates and how simple it is to play. Alright, drone laser pierces 2 blocks. We'll get that. We can also get multi-laser 200,000. I want to make sure I come back for that. 200,000 is what we're saving up for. $65.6 thousand is what we just got. We'll go straight back into another mining. We have a total of 72k. Let's just go ahead and continue, and we'll go straight back down. Honestly, some more speed at this point would be nice. We're mining everything so quickly, but it takes us so long to get here and so long to get back. Let's see, we left with 34 seconds. This takes us like, I think it's like roughly like almost 20 seconds to get back. Never mind, it took us about 10 seconds to get back. Still feels like forever though. So we'll increase our speed here before too long. Oh yes, we need 20,000. We might be able to get it on this run. If I want to get it on this run, I am going to cut over here to the right just a little bit. I want to mine everything that's deep in the planet because its value is more. So we'll work our way up from the bottom side on this left side here. To make sure the value of our cargo is high. That should give us this. I think we needed 66,000 or even 67,000 on the docks. I thought we had like 134,000. So we have 204.9 thousand at this moment. Let's get that multi-laser, hit 3 blocks at once. We are going to be farming like crazy now. That extra laser does come in handy. You guys will have to let me know down below. In each zone, I think we kind of get different upgrades that kind of change how we mine through the planet. I mean, we carry over our other ones from the previous seasons, but you'll have to let me know which are your favorite upgrades, because they do kind of change how the ship does tackle its issues or its problems here, or its mining. Let me know what your favorite section is for upgrades. Alright, we're going back to the ship with 69,000. Fantastic. Nothing I can upgrade here. Let's go right back into a mining session. We did get everything along the left-hand side though, so that is good. We will just start working our way through the planet clockwise at this point. Now this should be the wrap up of the spring section, although we have quite a ways to go to get to autumn. Let's go ahead and work on our overheat gauge. Reason being is I'm thinking about moving over towards the right hand side, so we'll go ahead and launch. And we'll run for this core and see how close we can get. We'll obviously farm our way there, however, we're gonna start working there. Now we're just gonna go a couple times here. I don't know if there's much upgrades that I can get at this point. So let's just start mining the area now a little bit towards these cores here. So we finally broke into the summer area. Okay. Let's start increasing our resource Max resource times 2 with clearing out the summer area. So we didn't make it to the core vicinity. We'll start pushing into the core here in just a short moment. Let's see if there's any upgrades we can get. We'll scale our damage. I'm gonna work right here along this bottom side coming in. I just want to make sure that it's not such a tight fit to get here to the core. As you can see, there's a little heat gauge that's filling up for us. So we'll make sure that we don't overheat, I think. I don't know if that destroys our fuel consumption rate or if it destroys our actual ship. Either way, I'm assuming we don't want that heat gauge to be filled. We'll increase our range by 30 pixels, I'm assuming is what that is. Let's make sure we can still do... pick up everything in our area. Looks like we can. I'm going to continue pushing along this way. We're going to push past this core. Let's see if we can get to the next core. Actually, no, we're just going to clear out the spring area real quick. So that way we can move our rotation to the 3 o'clock position. Nothing I can get over here. However, I cannot move it to the 3 o'clock position yet. So, yes, let's go after that core. Let's see how close we can get. It took us roughly about 20 seconds to get here. Boy, oh boy, that's quite the travel. Our next upgrades are 200k a piece. My goodness. Let's see how much more we have in the spring area here. I wouldn't mind some speed upgrades as well as some cargo capacity upgrades at this time. That would be what would benefit us the most. We'll keep we'll upgrade our resources kept when we run out of fuel to 60%. Shockwave here is pretty nice. This is a next skill that we get. Every 15 kills, We convert nearby to gold, so the nearby blocks, if they're within that little shockwave, apparently they get converted to gold. We really want that. Heading back with 68.6k. We need 200,000 at the least, I believe. Let's just go back one more time here. Heading back with 77.1k. Alright, so looking at Shockwave, it takes 250,000. I'm not going to do that 200,000 upgrade. I'm going to go straight for Shockwave. I want to get a jump on the next weapon. Or upgrade, I guess, would be a better term for it. Since it's going to increase our resource generation. And these upgrades are getting pretty tough. Alright, every 15 kills convert nearby to gold. And then we also have more damage near center, up to 100%. Okay. And a cargo upgrade. A cargo upgrade would be nice, however, there's not much that I can do with it right now. I mean, I'm mining through pretty fast, but really we need the fuel. So as you can see, that other little circle inside of the main radius circle, that is our shockwave. It looks like a little yellow circle there. Just on the inside of that blue circle that circles around us here. Anything that we destroy within that circle turns to gold. The problem is that we're so powerful that there's not much that's getting inside that circle. We're destroying it way before. Heading back to base with 81.9k, which will give us a total of 114.2 thousand. I say we save up to 500k and we get that cargo upgrade. I know it wouldn't benefit us too much, but honestly, we might still be able to actually fill it up before our fuel runs out. Fantastic. We are coming up to the end of spring. As a matter of fact, we're getting back with 22 seconds left, which is half of our fuel gauge. Honestly, we could stand for that cargo upgrade just for the simple fact that we have 22 seconds left, and that would be complete, like, farming time. I think we'd still have enough time to fill our cargo bays up. So I'm going to try to run quickly here. Just because I wanted to get those blocks within that gold circle. As much as I could anyways. $26 seconds left on our fuel gauge. We're coming back with a total of 277,000. More damage near center, we can do that, but we don't really need it. I want that 500k upgrade. The barrier isn't really important. I'm not hitting anything right now, so I'm not worried about the barrier. Alright, heading back with 67.3 thousand. As you can see, I might as well just go get more damage near center and range up, interval down. So we'll increase our range for the shockwave quite a bit. Ooh, we can increase our movement speed by 60. We need 250k for that. We are going to get that. Alright, 160,000 total, not quite enough. I believe we needed a quarter mil, 250,000. Let's work on getting that. Alright, 82.8k. As you can see, it gets quite a bit more valuable towards the center. Don't quite have 250. We'll go right back down to the planet to mine some more. We are. $86.6k is what we're returning to base with, which is going to be enough to increase our boost speed. So we did increase the damage, we unlocked the ability to increase our damage of our drones and scale with the autumn section our damage. I think now we save up for that cargo. Once again, that was 200,000, so let's save towards that now. Alright, heading back with 86.2 thousand. We shaved quite a bit of time off of that run, about 10 seconds or so, if not more. So we need 500,000, I believe, right now. So we'll finish off the spring area. Alright, let's start breaking into autumn here. I'm sorry, not autumn, summer. right straight back down to the planet. We're saving 500,000. Actually, you know what? Let's go over to this core now. Let's see if we can get this core. Because then, since we're fully in summer, we can just break... We can just bring our launch zone to 3 o'clock and be so much closer to all of this resource here. I think all we needed was one more core, which we just got. Yes, we did, with 9 seconds left on our fuel gauge, heading back with 101.5 thousand. Let's go to upgrades. Even though we cannot get this capacity quite yet, we can, however, get the 3 o'clock position reset. Let's go to 3 o'clock. There we are. Fully into fully into summer. Now we really need our capacity upgrade. We're looking at 83.3 thousand right now. So I think what we're gonna do when we come back is we're gonna drill directly into summer. And what I mean by that is we're going to go straight down towards the core, the center core, just so we can get the more valuable resources further down. We do have 500,000 that we just unlocked, so let's go ahead and increase our storage capacity here by 1,000 for our cargo. My goodness. We have another core right below us. Let's see if we could take it out real quick. We sure did. Our little ship is getting pretty powerful. So it looks like we just unlocked the other core down here in summer. Should be just right above us. Not worried about getting to it right now. I just want to collect as much as I can from in here. Perfect. How much did we collect on that round? 311,000 off of that individual round there. That is fantastic. We went from 80,000 to 311,000. So let's see if we can find this core. It should be just right above us here. Now, as you can see, we are turning a lot of these blocks gold. That's exactly what we want. Oh, one hit killed me. Okay. Let's go ahead and just continue. We should have kept 60% of my resources there. I was just moving slow from that hit because I didn't have enough room cleared out to really dodge. I guess I can always go back at an angle like I just did. Let's get out of there. Let's clear that heat gauge real quick. And head right back to it. Ooh, we got him. Let's get back towards the ship here. Fantastic. Heading back with 347.4 thousand. That should be enough for our next cargo upgrade. It is not. We need 900,000 for that. My goodness. We could go range up interval down here on shockwave. I think we should actually. Just because I want to make sure that we are pushing that shockwave out. We need 2 cores to reduce the return zone time halved from 3 seconds to 1.5. So basically when we're getting beamed back up, it just cuts that time in half. And the next one is core block damage, 15% of player damage for our drone. Let's go ahead and upgrade that because it's not very expensive. And actually I can increase this barrier because it's pretty cheap at this time. My goodness, we're already up past 400,000 value on this mining trip, and we should head back, actually. We want to make sure that we do cash in on this payday here. So that little loading zone right there, that was halved, so we can get up quicker. Let's see, we can increase our movement speed or our... I say we increase our movement speed. I know we're aiming for the cargo, but this is also going to help us move through all of this quickly too. And quickly is the goal. Okay, so that looks like that's the center right there. One thing I like about these harder, or these deeper areas where it's harder to get the resource from, is we turn so many of the blocks gold. Just because we can tuck up a little bit closer. And if you look now, our range for the gold is slightly outside of our pickup range now too. So I'm thinking it's probably got to be pretty darn close to our actual laser range. Let's go ahead and get that barrier just to help us out with any mistakes we may have. We'll increase our laser damage and we'll head back out. We're halfway full on our capacity right now, our cargo capacity, so let's start working up here. There we are. $900,000 on cargo capacity. I think we should. The next one is 1.62 mil. Fantastic run. 698.2k coming back from that run there. Let's increase our laser power damage. More laser damage power. Beautiful run, almost a mil off that run, 983.5 thousand. Made it back with 9 seconds left on our fuel. For a total of 1.2 million, which is just enough to increase our depth bonus or our resource gain. I say we increase our depth bonus, go for, because we need that depth. Or we're going on the farther, deeper side of the planet pie here. So let's get that bonus now, so we can utilize the mining in this deeper area. I hope we have enough time to get back here. We're gonna cut it pretty darn close. Got back with 5 seconds left on our fuel gauge. But that's gonna give us enough for resource gain to increase by plus 12. That was 1 million, 2 million to upgrade that again. However, the fact that we can upgrade it again is fantastic. Let's do that. That was quite the journey there. I wasn't expecting to be that big of a chunk. I don't know if I accidentally just went too deep thinking I was going to be able to wrap around there, but we're about to find out. I think we should be okay. I'm going back to the ship with 572.1 thousand, which is not ideal. But we didn't go very deep in the layer, so we didn't get much of a payout on that. This layer will go deeper, or this run will go deeper. I think they're called sorties. Got a little bit of spring left over here to clear up. There we go. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments whether or not you're enjoying this music. I'm curious if you are or not. I went and got a nice little subscription to some music. Everybody used to love the playlists that I would create, and naturally I am in more of like the spa industry. So if getting you to relax is one thing I can do. Ooh, made it back with 2 seconds. Getting you to relax is one thing that I can do, so you'll have to let me know if you are enjoying the calm music that I have playing here. Let's increase the range up, range down on Shockwave. Let me know if it's something that you enjoy. I thought it was great, honestly. These playlists that I created seem to be pretty relaxing and chill. Some nice binaural beats, some instrumental music. All of that should help you drift off and hopefully stay asleep. I know for me, I do actually have some issues with just going to bed. It's not that I have any type of actual issues. It's just I don't want to go to bed when it's time to go to bed. So stuff like this helps my eyes get heavy and it helps me relax. And once my eyes are too heavy to stay open anymore, I am actually finally able to fall asleep. So you'll have to let me know if this gameplay, my voice, and this music is doing it for you. Alright, so we can increase our laser damage here. Let's do that. I'm actually looking forward to falling asleep to this video myself, I'm not gonna lie to you. Pretty excited for it. I don't know if we're gonna get back in time. We might have overshot this here. We have 4 seconds left. We made it with 4 seconds left. My goodness. Let's see what upgrades I can do. Is there anything that can help me with that? Fuel plus 12 seconds, 2 million. Ooh, also 20% fuel reduction. How much fuel are we carrying right now? Does this tell me? No, it does not. Alright, let's just go ahead and go down this left-hand side here. This should give us the money that we need. We'll go up and we'll clear that side out here in just a little bit, but I want to get some currency flowing in here. Alright, so it looks like that is the autumn section. We are introducing ourselves to it right now. But we are going to finish out the summer section before we move there. Okay. We can increase our resource gain, our depth bonus, or our cargo. Let's increase our depth bonus just because we're going deep right now, and that depth bonus is going to come in handy. Beautiful. We almost have enough for both of these upgrades. We can actually upgrade our fuel tank as well. Let's go with resource gain. That's a flat out increase for what we're collecting. Now I think we may go with the fuel here just to clear out what's a little bit further up above us. However, 2 million and 1.62. Let's go with the fuel. We'll reduce the fuel cost is what we're going to do first. Sorry, not the reduce the cost, reduce the consumption. There we are. Almost mined it out totally. We only got 1.2 mil for that though. Let's see what we have total now. We have 2.02 mil, which is enough for another upgrade. I say we upgrade. Let's upgrade our cargo capacity and we'll do a layer down below here. And we will grind as deep as we can. We are just about ready to start entering autumn. Beautiful. Heading back to the ship with a total of 2.25 million. I say we now increase our fuel tank by 1 and we'll launch into this upward area. We'll get that cleared out real quickly. For a 100% clear on both spring and summer. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think that is a complete clear there. Just kidding, we have some more right there. I think that's a complete clear. Other than what's down below. So instead of going back there, let's just come back here and we'll dip right back down to mining. Might as well just refuel real quickly. I don't think that's going to be enough for an upgrade, so we'll just refuel and we'll go right back to it. Alright, it is time to dip into autumn. Just want to pull away from that main core a little bit. I don't want my lasers to be targeting that. I want to increase or maximize my DPS towards this autumn layer here. Look at all the gold that we're creating with that shockwave. which has grown quite extensively in all honesty. Alright, heading back with 8.34 million. Quite a difference in payout between the two layers here. Oh, we do still have a little bit of... I think that might be summer. Maybe it isn't. Yeah, summer is completely done. Now, what I wouldn't mind is increasing my damage just a little bit here. Scales with autumn destruction, max damage. Actually, let's go for flat damage first, and then actually we have enough for both of them. We'll get the scale with autumn and flat damage. Looks like we can also just grab an upgrade of fuel, so we might as well do that while we're here too. We'll get right back to mining. Our current cargo capacity is 3,795. Boy, we are running through this season here. I think I asked the question earlier, which season has your favorite weapons? Honestly, I really like spring. I love the little drones. I think they're awesome. But I think some of the best weapons you get are actually here in autumn. I can't remember which one it is, but there's one that it just seems like it just decimates stuff. So let's go and start cutting along the bottom side here. Heading our way back up. I don't want to drop lower than I am right now. I'm just going to go straight up to the drop zone here. There we go with 16 seconds to spare. We only filled up about 60% of our volume, but we went quite a ways into autumn there. 16.7 million. Let's increase our chain range. And our drone crit percentage. Yes, we'll increase both of those. And we can also increase the damage by sync 30%, so they do 30% of the damage that we do. Well, yeah, well, let's boost them. I think it was overdrive that was really, really cool. We'll also increase our electric range and our fuel range. Might as well. It's giving it to us. Let's take it. We got 5.69, I think, million left. So we're going to go ahead and come along this north border here, and we're just going to push this border back. Beautiful, just like that. We do definitely have to figure out a way to destroy these a little bit quicker. But I guess we can just stay a little more shallow and we should be able to clear them just fine. There we go, we filled our cargo bay. Back to the launch pad with 9.67 million as our reward for that dive. Alright, I think I'm going to unlock overdrive instead of this barrier. So every 50 kills for 3 seconds, our attack speed is multiplied by 3 and our speed is plus 300%. Now we gotta be careful because it makes us go fast and that could mess us up. However, I usually just stay on the outside with it and time it well. That way it's not throwing us off, but we could die, so barriers now become important. But I want to scale with Autumn Destruction, max resources by 2.5. Actually, I can do both of them. Let's go ahead and do both of them and move on down to the next area. Mega Laser, I don't know if I really enjoyed this one all that much. You get a big beam that pops out. I mean, it's cool, but I think the overdrive is my favorite. And it's nice because it allows us to get back to the launch pad a lot faster. You'll see right here, we'll start zooming. Speeds things up quite a bit, especially as it upgrades. I don't know when I filled up my cargo bay there, but I was just getting lost in the sauce. Anyways, our cargo bay is full. Let's go ahead and head back. With 51 seconds left to spare, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think about Overdrive? I thought it was a great one as long as you use it to buzz cut kind of like the top layers. Instead of really trying to like dive deep with that. You can dive deep with it. However, it just seems to be great on the cleanup. Alright, every 30 kills, we'll get the Mega Laser, but we still gotta unlock it for 30 mil. We're almost there. Let's go for this core and see what we can do with this core unlocked here. So in Autumn, I don't know if you noticed that, but there was a breeze that came through and blew me towards the wall. That's the mechanic for the cores in this system. As you recall, on the last system in Summer, it was an overheat system. And this one is a... See the leaves blow me towards the wall there? Whoa, they almost killed me on that one though. Oh, that's a locked core. I cannot open that one. Now there was a move that I got earlier that allows me to click to stop my ship. That's what I'm pressing right now. I think it was like on the second upgrade area. There we go. Let's get out of here. We'll use the boost to help us. There we go. So we have 2 more cores. We got 2 cores on that run. That's fantastic. Okay, let's see what we can upgrade with this. We can get the Mega Laser now. Sure, why not? Just unlock the next area. We need to get it anyways. Core block damage times 2. I need 3 cores for that, so we might as well put all of my cores in there. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so we now have resource regeneration, gain by plus 20 for 80 million, or laser damage for 30 million. We'll figure it out. But for now, let's jump back down and do another dive sesh. we did get that core there. So I think the main thing that I hate about, maybe not hate, maybe hate's a strong word, that I dislike about that Mega Beam, something super simple. I do not like the sound effect. It's as simple as that. It kind of pulls away from the whole relaxing zen feeling that we got going on with this game, and it kind of pulls you out of that just a tiny bit. That's the only thing that I can really say is tough when it comes down to that laser, and also with the playstyle that I play. Since I'm riding along and skimming the blocks, I don't really get to utilize the damage of that laser all that much, in complete honesty. Oh boy, I almost accidentally ran into that there. Alright, so we have hit the winter layer there, so we won't worry about it all that much. I love that overdrive because it can boost you back towards the launch pad. Is amazing. Feels like it's just so nice and effective. 54.61 mil. We can increase our laser damage, or we can increase our resource gain. I say we increase our laser damage because we have the ability to do it right now. Gauge down, duration up on our mega laser. 80 mil is what we want for resource, and then cargo I think is going to be the option we go there. We start with 120 seconds on the clock now, so 2 minutes to mine. Once again, I'm not quite sure how long I was mining there without picking up my resources. My cargo bay is full, but you do get lost in this game. I guess that's a good thing. That's what we're shooting for anyways, right? So I need 80 million. However, I'm going to check my upgrades real quick and see what the next one was. It was core block damage times 2. For 3 cores, we bought that. We need 3 cores for infinite fuel, unlimited fuel, no fuel consumption during sortie. We need 3 more cores. 3 cores, I'm sorry, for that upgrade. However, we have 1, so we only need 2 cores for that. I wonder if we can make it to one of these here. Let's try. No, they're both in winter zone. We need to upgrade before we can make it to winter. That mega laser is pretty darn powerful though, isn't it? Now, I don't know if we can make it there. I guess we can see how well we can mine into it. Let's try that. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go to our upgrades. Oh, we don't have anything we can upgrade yet. So we're gonna launch. We're gonna launch at the 12 o'clock position on this one, and we're gonna just cut straight left to the winter zone and see if we can cut into it at all. We can. How well we're cutting into it, that's a different story. Just trying to cut my way down to this core here. So on this core, you gotta dodge these little laser areas here. Yeah, we're not doing that very good, but let's just farm this out a little bit. We are leaving that area with 65 million in the bank. That's fantastic. 140 million is our total here. So let's see. Resource gain plus 20 or laser damage, or we can do mega laser enhancement. Not worried about the mega laser enhancement. I would like the resource gain for now. And then we can also upgrade our overdrive, it looks like. Let's see if we can get back there and see what we can get here. We're still looking like we're doing good on fuel. Ooh, that was close. We're not even coming close to that core now that I look at it. We've barely even affected it. So I'm wondering if we're just in this area just a tad bit too early. Next boost we're heading out. We're going back to autumn. We'll just launch straight back into it. Oh, we do we have enough for an upgrade? We do. Laser damage. Let's upgrade our laser damage and we'll upgrade the mega laser. And we'll go back to 3 o'clock and we'll shoot down here to autumn. We'll start clearing out autumn here. I wouldn't mind having that infinite amp or that infinite fuel rate though. We definitely aren't making any 65,000 like we were in winter though. That is a problem. Should we go back to winter? We do increase our damage rate the more we're here. But we need to upgrade quite a bit to increase the fuel. We do need 200 million. It's just not worth it to mine autumn, to be completely honest with you. We need to mine winter. Autumn can't sustain what we need. So I'm thinking maybe the best thing is to mine the more surface areas. That was close. We almost hit that winter layer right there. Okay, so at this point, chain propagates 2 stages. We can also increase our cargo capacity. No, really, we just want to save for the resource gain, in all honesty. Yeah, let's go for the chain increase. Alright, now we start this little grind here, getting through winter. I wanted to try and give that another shot. Didn't really do much for us. There we go. We were just looking for a nice little boost to get us back to our loading zone. Really, if we have a damage upgrade, we should really be taking that. 120 million for that. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm thinking that's shallow brick. This is the shallow brick up here. Because it's on the outer side of the planet. I'm just thinking that it was shallow because it was closer to me. So let's mine out here. Alright, beautiful. In all honesty, mining the deeper layer might have been better. Just kind of looking at the resources we're getting compared. Oh, I need to head back. Boy, that was close. 74 million off that. I'm not quite sure how much we were getting on the other layer. Actually, you know what? I think we should destroy the autumn layer just to get those bonuses. We need those bonuses. I know that we're not getting much resource from them. However, the bonuses we do need. The damage bonus, resource bonus, all that stuff. There we go. 6.27 million is what we just got from that. My goodness. A tenth of what we're getting in the other areas. Alright, let's go ahead and continue further down at the 3 o'clock location. I honestly would really love to get to those cores for the infinite fuel. There we are. We're clearing out this quick enough though now. $208.5 million. Let's increase our cargo. Oh, no. I could do depth bonus or I could do damage. No, I absolutely want resource gain. That's what we want, resource gain, no matter what. That's kind of the best thing to get usually when you don't know what to get. If you have anything like that, go for that. I'm gonna go for capacity afterwards though. That's gonna be another good one, especially in this zone when we fill up so quickly because we're just annihilating everything. Just wanted the boost from that. 7.7 million. It didn't really do much, but then again, that was the base layer there, the surface layer. Let's go ahead and hit this patch of stuff here. There we are. Beautiful. Heading back to base with 29, almost 30,000. Now, one thing that I was kind of exploring, it almost seems like it's quicker and easier to just go straight towards the middle like this instead of going all the way out. But then we're gonna have to come all the way out again, so it doesn't really seem like it makes too much sense to go this way and kind of use the smaller circumference to circle around. But we've already mined out all of the middle for this, so it doesn't really matter all that much. There we go. Back to the ship. At this current point in time, infinite fuel isn't really important because we're getting back with plenty of time. But once we upgrade our cargo, that might change a little bit. Actually, how much is that cargo upgrade? 80 million? Let's just continue doing what we're doing here. You know what? Here we go. We're gonna hit winter real quick. And we're gonna hit the deep layers of winter. Look at that, we're already at 40 million. We're going to use that boost to head back, at least to right here. There we go. We'll use that to boost us up back to the landing station here with 200, a beautiful 210 million. Now with that, what we want to do is we want to upgrade. We could upgrade depth bonus, but really what we need to upgrade is going to be our damage output. We'll do 1 damage and 1 cargo capacity. And we'll start on the east side of the planet and we will head down and see if we can clear out autumn. I don't see any reason why we won't be able to clear out autumn pretty quickly at this point. I mean, we're basically just running through everything. I mean, look at how big those electrical patches are shooting for. So once again, that was not for monetary value as much as it was for the resource stack for clearing out the percentage of autumn for both resource stack as well as damage stack. That's the main reason I want to get autumn cleared out. Oops, I overshot it. Alright, I won't even worry about upgrading here. I'm just gonna push straight forward. And clear out autumn completely so we can start on winter. Okay, so I'm gonna come up here with winter. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can kind of wedge my way through this little area. Actually, I guess it wouldn't matter much right here. There's no reason to really wedge my way through at this point. But we'll see if we can get some deeper resources here and cash in on that. We're going to use that and we're going to take off. We can do a depth bonus. However, I think we do a laser damage first. Increase our damage, that's going to be beneficial for us. We'll go to the north portion of the planet and we'll just cut the shallow layers right now. So the depth damage doesn't really matter as much. I wonder if we can make it in here to start working on that core. How about we head back real quick? We'll refuel and we'll come back down. I don't know if this is enough currency to get us another upgrade. I don't think it is. Let's just go straight down to that core here and see if we can take it out. Whoops. It's always nice to be able to farm these side things here. Or, I'm sorry, these side blocks. Because it increases your attack power and your damage. Your attack speed. Just lost a barrier there. Lost another barrier. I don't think we're gonna get this core. Now let's start heading back here. We need to increase our damage more. Which we have a couple different ways to do that. We just need to grind the currency for them. So scales with fire interval, all day fire rate interval. That's what we need. Core breaker, core block damage by 3. We need 300 million for that. That's what we need to be working on right now. But the fire rate we just increased, that might be enough to get through these cores here. Let's see how it handles this mid-range level block. I mean, it's doing okay compared to what it was doing before, but I'm just not sure how much it's gonna do here. Okay, we need to go back towards the surface. We're not going to be able to do that. That's close, though. That's close. We're getting closer. Incrementally, we're getting closer. We can't really get anything with 66 mil, so what we're going to go ahead and do is I want to be able to... Yeah, let's just mine this area here. We are farming, ladies and gentlemen. Going back with 448.74 million in the bank. Let's see what kind of upgrades we can get with that. We can increase the depth bonus, which probably isn't a bad idea. I think Core Breaker would stomp that out. Resource boost. Yeah, we definitely take that. No resource loss on ship destruction. That would be amazing. Don't have to worry about increasing. Yeah, damage scales with winter destruction. Let's go ahead and get the gauge up. Duration, or gauge down, duration up, I think is what it is. For the beam. Alright, oh my gosh, we are damaging things now. I feel like we're tearing through this just a little bit quicker. You know, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to sit here and farm. We're not going to be able to do that anyways right now. I want to make sure we have the money for the upgrades to be able to do that. And I think I have a clear-cut path for it right now. I just need the resource for it. We got 1.09 billion. I think it's worth going back for a refuel and an upgrade. There we are. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what we can do for upgrades. A depth bonus, that would be nice. So 300 million, and so I'm gonna go with no resource loss on ship destruction. Let's see here, we have 851 million. We'll take the overdrive enhance. Laser damage increase by 1, 2, so that's 80. I think that's gonna be, we're gonna be sitting pretty good with that. I think we should be able to push the cores from now. And at this point, it's just going to be to finish the cores. We'll get unlimited fuel, so all we'll have to do is just beat the core. We don't have to worry too much about outplaying it. We can outlast it, but we have plenty of damage now, and we have that core breaker. There goes the core. Fantastic. We now have what it takes to defeat a core. I need to work on getting that other core. go back with 291 million. The reason being is because I want to get to the other core, so I just want to do a quick refuel. Not really too worried about the upgrades, just want the refuel. But I do want to see what my next damage upgrade is going to be. I did not unlock the core breaker. I'm glad I came back. There we go. Fantastic. Let's get this last core and see what it can do for us. What I want to see is what is after this upgrade. I don't remember what the last upgrades were with the cores. Wow, we destroyed that core so quickly. I wonder if we can get a 2-core. Yes, we are. We got 2 cores that round. My goodness, we are annihilating this planet right now. Dare I say 3? Dare I say 3? Ladies and gentlemen, we went from not being able to get 1 core. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say to defeating 3. But this core seems like it's got a vendetta against us. It does not want to go down without a fight. And we are not going to be able to take it down without too much of a fight. We need to get back and refuel. Alright, made it back with 14 seconds in fuel. But the great thing is fuel is no longer an issue. Alright, unlimited fuel, no fuel consumption during sorties. Center unlock. Oh, it was the unlock for the center. Unlock center zone, center blocks become destructible. We need 2 cores for that, so 1 more core to go. And it's this one that's right here. I didn't see if there were any upgrades I can do for my ship, but we now have unlimited fuel, as you can see down in the bottom left-hand corner. We are froze on 120 seconds. And it's not moving. So let's fill up our cargo bay. We'll start with shallow or surface area all the way down to closer to the center there. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that we had not finished that center there. Oh, also, I forgot we don't lose our resources when we die, I'm pretty sure. So, the quick thing to do in that sense is just run into the core. So let's just go and check real quick. Because if that's the case, it saves us the trip all the way back. We just ram into the core and explode our ship. We don't lose any resources. It's a quick way to teleport back to the home base. So let's make sure I grab that upgrade real quick before I start blowing my ship up. 1.06 billion is what we got. Barrier. Yep, no resource loss on ship destruction. That's fantastic. Oh, we also got a multi-hit laser. Hit 4 blocks at once. I'll take it. We'll increase our cargo by 2. We'll increase the depth bonus, electric chain, and mega laser. Now laser power and barrier is all we have left for upgrades. So let's hop back into it, fill up our cargo container, and polish off the winter zone. Or winter season, I guess. We should be able to clear out a lot of this this planet section here, just because we upgraded our cargo so much, and we have unlimited fuel. So we're not worrying about resources, we're just getting in there and getting it done. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start mining all of this that is far away from my ship. And now I don't really care if I wreck into anything, because I'm not going to lose anything for wrecking into something here. Obviously, I want to fill up my cargo, but I don't mind if my ship blows up at this point. Okay, so we'll start making our way back to the core now. And we'll blow ourselves up. We have 1.09 billion. We have 1.09 billion still. Fantastic. Laser damage. And then we'll do the barrier. And the barrier will be the last upgrade we'll need. Alright, let's blow ourselves up. We got 4.83 billion from that run. We'll increase our barrier plus 10. Our upgrade tree has been completed. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different zones to update or upgrade. That has been completed. We can now unlock the center. And at the very end, you can always unlock planet mastery. Unlock planet regen condition 100% destroyed. All cores destroyed. Planet 100% destroyed. That's basically just to reset the level. At that point we will be done. We'll need the last core to get that, and there's only one more core left, and that is the main core. We're gonna clear this real quickly here on the side, and we're gonna go straight for that main core, and we will wrap it up there. Alright, we 100% it. Now let's just go ahead and take out the core now that we can damage it. Alright, we are now exposing the center. I think once you reach the center, it does clear out all of these other tiles. So let's just dive to the center real quick, see if we can hit the main core there. There we go. So the thing with this main core, really we're just hitting it first. Get it down to the first layer. And we'll do that without any power-ups outside of what we're using right now. We'll toss it into the next one, which this one, yep, starts using the powers from the different cores. So we'll let them fire at us. We'll come up here, we'll destroy some of these for our special. There we go. And then the next one, we'll incorporate both of them. Oh. Really not too hard of a boss. It's pretty chill. All right, and then we finally unlock the last phase. I guess we can just, instead of fighting it, we can just go with it. We'll just circle around it, and we'll continue hitting it. There we go. Core destroyed. Thank you for playing. Game end? Question mark. Alright, 13.87 billion on that last one. We have completed spring, summer, autumn, and winter right here. We got our bonuses. That is a wrap. Looks like our laser did the most damage there. Drones did a decent amount. Electric chain was pretty good. Mega was pretty good. And chain was good. Alright. We'll go ahead and unlock this planet mastery here. Did we not, like, complete something here? No, we did. Oh, we have to come in here and clear out this, apparently. Oh, we missed some areas down there. That was just blocks that we had saved for the boss fight. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, right back to the top here. Now we can unlock it. Oh, this is nice. Nice little incremental time lapse of how we broke down the core. Or the planet. Fantastic. 150 sorties. Total sorties 151. That last one was just to clean up what we left behind. Congratulations, 100% clear. You destroyed the planet. We can now unlock this. Let's check upgrades. The new planet button is now active. You can destroy and regenerate the planet as many times as you want. All upgrades are capped. Okay. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I wanted to reset the planet. Did I not do that? Oh, free planet. There we go. What's planet scan? Generating planet. Alrighty, ladies and gents, there you have it. This has been Orbitmine. Nice little incremental game that allows us to mine a planet down to its core for upgrades and incremental progress. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you were able to fall asleep and get a good rest. Please let me know down in the comments what your favorite upgrade was on our character here, as well as what was your favorite section, spring, summer, autumn, or winter. I would like to know. Let me know down in the comments below. While you're there, make sure to hit that like button just to let me know that you are enjoying this type of content. It seems like it responds pretty well with the community. So if you can leave a like and subscribe, become a part of the Teddy Tickles crew. We do release content regularly, and I would love to have you to be a part of the crew. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We'd love to have you. With that being said, I hope you had a great night, and I hope you have some sweet dreams. This is Teddy Tickles checking out. Have a good night.